YouTube. Rick Vera checking in from Briarville, the repair and restoration shop at Joe Case Pipes. Start things off with saying this for sure as I take a sip of my Folgers, no Starbucks, in my Waffle House mug, purchased, not procured dishonestly. No, I didn't steal it, okay? I paid $5 for my mug. I love this mug. Love Folgers. Love my pipe. I got to tell you about this pipe. Having a world-class pipe carver as a brother-in-law has its perks on your birthday. Yes, thank you very much, Joe. This gorgeous canted Dublin, if you want to check that out. In the words of my pal John, just look at that green! And it is beautiful. And like all Joe Case pipes, it smokes like a champ. Don't you love it when people say that? Oh yeah, it smokes like a champ. Reason for this video today, and I've been weighing this in my head for a couple of weeks now, is I want to show you guys something today that all of us as hobbyists should know to do. Mark called in from New York and this morning and just prompted it. He has some problems with some loose tenons in the in a few of his pipes, and that is a problem. Sometimes as the pipes age, the tenons loosen up, and it just kind of ruins the smoking experience. But there's an easy way for you guys at home to fix that. However, I'm a little leery about telling you because it can be dangerous to the pipe or the stem, and like all pipe repairs, they're all dangerous to the pipe. That's just the nature of the beast. But this is something simple that you can do at home to kind of basically just get it to where it's not driving you nuts until the next time you want it professionally reamed and cleaned and whatnot, and then send it in, and then I'll fit it properly. But well, speaking of properly, let's start with how it's properly done, and then I can show you the quick fix after that. But first, ladies and gentlemen, pipe tip number 12: how not to light your pipe. We'll need the stunt pipe for that. Got the stunt pipe, featured in many other videos in the past. One we get a little briar from when we need it. One that we tested what was better, vulcanite stems or acrylic stems, and this guy got dropped, and neither the stems broke, but the shank broke. So he is definitely our stunt pipe, and he's been so for over a year. So let me show you how not to light your pipe. How not to light your pipe with our stunt pipe. We already discussed, don't use a torch lighter. And you don't want to use a heat gun either. Heat guns burn too hot. Let's see what it does. Now there's plenty of applications for a heat gun here in the shop. Lighting a pipe isn't one of them. Now, I didn't put any tobacco in this thing just to prove a point that when lighting your pipe with a heat gun, you don't need tobacco. Because the whole damn bowl will light. You leave it there long enough, this thing burns about 1800 degrees, and it'll barbecue just about anything you want. You can see it red glowing in there against the pipe itself. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, look at that! You don't do it with a heat gun. especially when I don't have a fire extinguisher nearby. Pipe tip number 12. Do not light your pipe with your heat gun. Bunch of damn rednecks out there. All right. Stump pipe come in, did a marvelous job. All right, let's get serious. Occasionally, when the pipes come in, they'll come in for a stem refurbish or whatnot, and part of that obviously is adjusting the tenon to fit properly with the mortise. Okay. Here's one that's come in, and it's obviously, it needs a stem refurbish, and I haven't started on this yet, and the rim's going to be retopped and the whole thing cleaned up, and it'll look like new, as you know, when we're done. And but this tenon is way too loose. It needs to be refit and reset, and we've all had our pipes like this. It drives us crazy. So, the proper way to do it is to get your heat gun out and heat up the tenon just a little bit to expand it. Rubber and has a memory, and it will expand back out with heat to where it was originally set. These are tenon tools. They're simply like pin gauges, except they're tapered, and they've got a slight taper in it where you will match it up to the size of the original orifice in the draft there, and it will, and with the tenon heated, you push down, gently push down, and it'll expand the whole tenon. And these are available online. That's a pretty good size one right there. That one fits. So you put it in there. I've already heated it up some, and then just simply bring it down and to the to where it's expanded it out. So give it a little test in there to see how well you've done. Whoops. And let it cool off. You can speed that process up by quenching it into some cold water. Remove the tenon tool, put it back into the thing, because these things are pricey, and you don't want to lose one because you can't buy just one, you have to buy the whole set. And let's see how we did with this. Get the pipe back out, and you can see that it is now tight. But you hear that squeaking. What you don't want to do is expand this too much to where you crack the shank. And that squeaking drives you crazy, so I always lubricate the mortise and the tenon fitting with a little beeswax. Beeswax you can get at hobby stores and whatnot. And you put that in, squeaking goes away. You've lubricated your mortise and tenon junction, and you are back in the game with a properly fitting stem. So anyway, that's how it's done in the shop, and it's not rocket science. It takes, you know, a little practice. Yeah, you can trash your pipes if you're not careful. Even worse, you can make it too big, try to force it in, and crack your shank along near the end of it, and then it'll need to be repaired with a band, which oftentimes will cover up your stamping. So just be careful with that. The nature of pipes and the way we collect them and whatnot, we like the old stuff. The old stuff gets brittle, and even with the most tender of care, it can happen. So just be warned there. Now, a quick fix so the stems aren't driving you crazy until you get a chance to send them in for the work it needs. Reaming, cleaning, whatever, rim topping, refurbishing, whatever that your pipe needs when it has to go in for professional service. We'll do the quick fix to kind of get you to that point. And reaching around here, let's set this over here. Let's find us a stunt stem. And this one will work right here. Okay. We found us a stunt stem. Okay, and a pipe that will work. Obviously, this pipe's got a good fit on here, but for our demonstration purposes, we will go ahead and use a stem that's got too sloppy of a fit. Back up here. There we go. We'll move that back down when I need to. Okay, take your lighter, your Bic lighter. Don't use a torch lighter as we've discussed, and simply heat up the tenon. If you can see how we're doing that in the same fashion. And then gently, and you guys got to do this slow, even if it takes a couple times doing it, push it down onto your desktop. Let me get over if you can see that. Just push it, give it some. What you're trying to do here is expand it out just a little bit, just so it makes a better fit until you can get the pipes in to do some, for the other work that you need. And then you put it in, and then voila. That's still loose because we didn't do it enough. I want to do it slow. I'm emphasizing doing it slow for you guys. Do this a little bit at a time if you're going to do it at all. Because I'll be honest with you, I've been debating in my head whether I should show you guys this or not, because I don't want you trashing your pipes. But it is something you can do. And I'm doing it on a stunt stem here, so what it does, it heats everything up and then kind of trumpets the end up a little bit here. And this is just a temporary fix, and as you can see, it gets a little tighter each time. So we're gonna stay with that. Still, this one's still a little loose. We'll do it one more time, just so I can show you. Emphasizing. Go slow. So we're heating it up with the butane lighter. If you start smelling burning rubber, you know you've gone a tad too far. And then again, pressing this down onto the desk where you're working in an effort to expand that tenon. And that one's helped out quite a bit. So anyway, that's how you do it. And try it at home. But I should highly recommend that you try it on a pipe that you're not real concerned about and practice there. We'll put the stunt stem back into the stunt stem bin for use on a future estate pipe. So anyway, thanks to my brother-in-law Joe Case for an excellent birthday gift. The canted Dublin, just beautiful. I'd show you the rim, but I've already trashed it a little bit. Well, I'll show it to you. Look at the bird's eye on that. I just got to get it over to the buffer. That's all I've been smoking. I know that ain't right either. You're supposed to let them rest. That's all I got. And thanks so much for for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Well, I've rambled on long enough, so let's just end this saying this is Rick Farah, Briarville Pipe Repair, the repair and restoration shop at Joe Case Pipes, where pipe repair is as close as your mailbox, saying peace out.